Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play. So hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
Welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most late fees, Shea Baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always rewinds. And you're listening to Blockbuster Wives. And I realized we didn't do our toast yet. Let's do it on air.
Another on-the-record toast.
Here's to you.
Here's to me.
Best of friends.
Will always be.
Should we ever?
Disagree.
Fuck you.
Fuck me.
You're a wizard, Shea.
You're a wizard, Stacy.
Nice
So good. ASMR for you. You hear this?
We have a spiced rum, lemon, and cherry cocktail. Which
Stacy made it. Stacy made them for us, and they're fucking good as fuck.
Topped with a maraschino cherry. Got a jar of those bad boys.
Maraschinos, lemon, rum, which comes into play in a minute. We're not going to talk about it yet, but, you know.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Do they sing that in this film?
No.
Oh, okay.
But like rum and pirates.
True.
Yeah,
a little
they're scissoring, you know?
For what we're going to be talking about. But before we talk about that, I have to announce that I am now the proud owner of a brand new copy of New Moon, video game? The board game.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun,
right.
dun,
The second installment of Twilight, New Moon. They made a board game for it.
Bruh.
As far as I can tell, it's the only one they made a board game for. They skipped over the first one.
It's like the only copy.
Did this, and then like never again.
Oh my god. I need to play this. Is this your version? Like, is it yours, or is it someone else's?
Now I own it, so we can do whatever we want with it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I want to triumph it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I can't quite tell, like, what the point of the game is quite yet. It appears you choose vampire or werewolf.
Yeah.
And then you, I guess, do battle somehow.
It said on the back that it's like, it's your time to choose sides. So yeah, you choose either werewolf or vampire. But it almost seems like a trivia thing, because it also said, like, the more you know about the movie and the book, then the better you'll do.
And it looks like just a normal board game progression. Like, it's not like a Risk or something where it's like strategic battle armies. It's literally just like you move your pieces around on a board.
Yeah, it's like an infinity symbol.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm interested. Maybe it's just like Trivial Pursuit and you have to pick up like categories or something. Maybe
that makes sense, because I'm trying to think. Is Trivial Pursuit like the same? I feel like it is.
I think it is. Yeah. But I don't know. There's a girl in our Twilight watching group who I think is going to blow us away with her Twilight trivia knowledge.
You know what sucks is, like, this is the movie that I know the best, and still I probably would barely get like 5 of them right. Like, I need to watch them more because I'm ignorant AF, but I need to play that fucking game.
Yeah,
like, so hard.
She's always telling us facts when we're watching the movies. Like, somebody brought up, like, wait, how does Edward get Bella pregnant if he doesn't, like, have any blood or fluids? And this girl knew immediately. She's like, well, actually, Stephanie Myers put in the unofficial Twilight guide that all of their bodily fluids get replaced with venom when they become a vampire.
So, like, poisoned jizz?
Oh, yeah. Venomous
jizz.
I'm surprised she survives.
That's crazy. Wait.
Let alone begets a child.
Was that, like, after she became a vampire?
No, so she's human when she gets pregnant. So he venomed inside of her.
He venomed.
You'd think that'd be bad. You'd think it'd be bad, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's fine. And she conceived a child.
Wait, so after she had the child is when she became a vampire?
Yes, if you may recall, spoiler alert, everybody, she's a straight up dying giving birth to this vampire baby because it's like sucking out all of her blood.
Right.
And you may also recall that Edward bites the baby out of her stomach.
Oh.
Even though, I'm sorry, Carlisle is a full-on doctor. I'm pretty sure he has surgical implements. But Edward's like, this is the only way.
Wait, he bit the baby out of her stomach?
Yeah, like C-section via Edward's teeth, which is gross.
Okay, Stephanie Myers...
On another level.
She's on crack, and not the good kind, bruh. Like, let me be so fucking
the
for real.
Kind.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so I'm sure they make up an explanation as to why Carlisle could not perform a medically safe C-section. There's probably some dumb reason they give, but Edward does gnaw his way to the baby.
Hungry
and that's how
hippo.
the baby's born. And Bella is, of course, dying, and that is when he transforms her to save her.
Wait, but that still doesn't explain the lack of sperm.
Well, I
To
guess
her
the
egg?
venom has sperm in it.
Oh.
Or it is sperm? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, just like venomized sperm.
Yeah, that somehow doesn't kill the egg. It makes a little baby.
I love
all
her
going together.
Mormon science.
I know. And it's just so funny. Okay, so unrelated, Brent and I... Well, no, I'm
wait.
trying to think how we got to this place.
Unrelated, but related.
But we decided we were going to watch the 50 Shades of Grey movies. I think
Oh,
because
God.
he thinks Dakota Johnson is gorgeous. And
Which
he's
she
like-
is.
And I was like, I've never watched anything with her in it. And
Yeah.
she has all these previews for Madam Web. So like, let's watch her seminal role of the 50 Shades movies. Oh my God, are they bad?
Really?
Oh, they're so bad. And they're not in the blockbuster era. So if we do them, they're going to have to be bonus episodes.
Yeah.
But it's bizarre. And I did read the books, but I barely remembered them. But in the first movie, like, nothing happens, basically. And then the second movie, like, things start to pick up a little bit. And then the third movie, it goes off the fucking rails, particularly in the last 45 minutes of the last movie. So many things happen that are bonkers.
I think I only read the first 2 books back in the
Okay.
day. I don't think...
But you can tell they're Twilight fan fiction because it's like, they meet, they immediately get married, and then she's pregnant by the third movie.
Yeah. Oh.
And she's just like, I'm keeping this baby. And he's like, I told you to get birth control shots. Like, you haven't been getting them. And
Oh,
she's like,
God.
I've been busy. And he's like mad. And she's like, how dare you? And I'm like, I kind of see
No,
his
I totally
point.
get that. No, yeah.
They're not even married at that point, actually. I'm pretty sure.
Yikes.
Or they were like just barely married. But anyway, he's like, I wanted to be married to you for a while before even thinking about having kids, which is why I asked you for birth control. And she's just like, how dare you?
So that all happens in the last...
That all happens in the last like
my
45 minutes of the
God.
last movie. Like,
Oh,
she's like, I'm having this baby, and you're going to be a good dad. And he's struggling with it, which I don't think is that surprising, especially since they discussed not having kids.
Totally.
But then she's just like, oh, well.
That is...
And then there's a
yikes.
kidnapping plot and a murder plot, and it's so funny.
What?
It's just like, what's happening? How did we get here?
I used to know you so
But they're truly terrible movies.
I was not interested
And
at
the kink
all.
community hates them because they portray him as being like fucked up, sick, twisted individual for liking bondage.
In the movies?
Yeah. They're like,
In the
"He's
books, did they portray him as that
disgusting."
too?
Yeah, they're like, he's messed up and dark.
And weren't the things he was into like not even that like wild?
Yeah, like spanking and like, yeah.
Like safety words and shit?
That's the other thing. So she's like, I don't know if I want to be in this lifestyle. And he's like, okay, well, we could try it. Here's your safe words. And then she tells him, she's like, I want to see what the worst punishment can be. And he's like, okay. So then he like gets these like special like whipping belts. And he's like, okay, I'm going to hit you 6 times and you count them out. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
He hits her once. She starts like sobbing quietly to herself. Doesn't
so
use
she
her
never
safe
communicates
words.
to him.
Doesn't use her safe words, so he
Got it.
finishes, and then she's like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like,
Bruh.
what's happening?
You shouldn't be sorry if she knew the outlying rules and like
It's weird.
boundaries.
Like, why didn't she use the safe word if she didn't like it?
She couldn't
She
handle
asked.
the smoke. She couldn't handle the smoke.
She wanted to know, like, what's the worst it could... And it's like, well, if that's the worst it could be. Like, it's not that bad.
Right. And you asked for it, bitch. Not to be
Exactly.
that guy, but like, you did. And then you didn't do the one thing that you're supposed to do. When it's too much and you're crying, you should just say, whatever your safety fucking word is. Hello?
Yeah, no, she doesn't use it, and then
This
she,
girl.
like, freaks out, and then she leaves, and that's the end of the movie.
You know what sucks? I hadn't seen her in anything either until like a few months ago. I watched Peanut Butter Falcon, which is so fucking good.
I love the name.
And it's with, I wish I remembered his name, but it's with Shia LaBeouf, and it's with this other actor that has Down syndrome, and her.
Okay.
And it's really, really fucking good. And she was really good in it.
She is not good in the 50 Shades.
I've heard that. That's why I didn't want to see
the
it.
main problem is for the first 2 movies, she never speaks above this tone.
God.
She'll be like, Christian, why are you doing this? Why do you like BDSM? I don't understand. And he'll just be like, it's what I like. I'm sorry. And she's like, but like, why? And I'm just like, okay, it's his kink. Jesus.
It's his
leave
fucking
him alone.
thing, bitch.
Yeah, like,
Leave
you don't
his
want
wife.
to do it. You don't have to. And Shemita is like, I want to date you. And he's like, I don't want that. But then she basically bamboozles him into it.
And gets herself pregnant.
And then she like convinces him not to be into BDSM for a while. But then at the end, she's like, no, I like it now. And it's a lot of mixed
Wait,
messages.
she gets him to not be into BDSM?
Yeah. She's like, I want a vanilla relationship. And he's like, for you, I will. Even though, they spend a total of like 10 hours together.
Don't for you, I will shit. That is so whack.
And
dude.
it's like, like kind of like Twilight or like a lot of these types of stories. There's really no reason why this man would be like so smitten with this girl to the point where he's willing to forsake like basic things about himself.
No, it's just like a very quiet, like kind of nothing.
I guess the undertone of both movies is like they're just so very horny.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
levels they've never experienced, and that equals love. And that's why you marry someone and have kids with them.
Oh, if horniness is a sign for love, then I'm finding love in all the right places, baby. No, that's crazy. I love the jump also from Twilight to 50 Shades of Grey because there is, I guess I never thought about it, but there is such a connection. Like,
yeah, 50 Shades was literally Twilight fanfiction.
Oh my God.
But like hornier.
Wait, so did they write it as those characters and then they just like switched them around?
So I think the original fanfic that was posted on the internet explicitly said, this is Twilight fanfiction, but I've given them new names. And like I've taken out the vampire element. And I've made the vampire element BDSM.
Got it.
But like they're based on Edward and Bella.
That makes I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. I never heard that before.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it was really controversial when the books came out because Twilight was like going to sue them. But it's also like, they're different enough.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, they are
inspired by it, but it's like, yeah, this guy in 50 Shades, like he's like some Silicon Valley type, like rich guy,
right?
And that's like not a vampire. It's a pretty big difference.
I remember when I read 50 Shades of Grey, for some reason I had this, when you read a book and you picture the characters in your mind. I think I've talked to you about this before. For like book 1 and book 2, I was picturing this like super beautiful like black man. And then when like the movie posters came out, I was like, wait, they didn't even make him black. And everyone's like, they never said he was black. And I was like,
in fact, they called him blonde and blue-eyed.
I know.
Like,
I guess I just like skipped over that part. I was like, this is my fantasy. I don't know why I thought he was, but
yeah,
like,
and she's gorgeous in the movie. He does not do much for me, this particular actor.
Yeah, me neither.
They really try to thirst trap him up, and in funny ways. Like his sexy outfit is like a pair of raggedy ass jeans.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, is he the guy? Wait, what's his? Do you know his name in real life?
No.
Isn't he the guy that was like accused of like being a cannibal?
Excuse me. I don't
Hold on,
know.
I need to look this up.
Please
Hold
look
on,
into
sorry.
it. But while you're looking that up, I'll just add that what made me laugh out loud is there's like one thirst trap scene where she's like, oh, and by the way, she's always doing the trope of like wearing his button up after they have sex. Like she's like always like, oh, look,
which is hot, but
I'm wearing your
like,
shirt.
I mean,
But then she sneaks up on him working out, and he's literally like doing gymnast rounds on a pommel horse. I was just laughing out loud. He's like,
oh my God.
I'm like,
Wait.
he's a gymnast now? Are you kidding?
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. So the actor's name in 50 Shades of Grey is named Jamie Dornan.
Jamie Dornan.
Which is not the guy that's accused of being a fucking
cannibal. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Army Hammer.
Right? Yeah, he like texted a woman that he wanted to like cook her and eat her, right?
Yeah, he said okay, wait, I'm going to read it really quick. Sorry, y'all.
He's a hottie, right?
He's all right. He's definitely not at all my type, but like a lot of
Hammer.
people think he's hot. Okay, I'm going to read.
Oh, I could see how you would get confused. Yo, he's the Winklevoss, right? The twins?
The twins?
From the Social Network?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he?
Plays, like,
Oh, okay.
Hot twin.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to read what he said here. Hold on.
Trigger warning for cannibalism.
Yeah, all right. Damn it. Where is this?
So not this guy. 50 Shades guy is, as far as we know, not a cannibal.
Yeah, we don't know, I guess, but like...
I mean, like, can you ever be sure?
No, you can't.
Start putting it on your dating profile. No cannibals allowed.
Fuck is this? Okay. He said to me he wants to break my rib and barbecue and eat it.
Ew.
I want to take a bite of you.
Ooh.
If I had a little cut on my hand, he'd like suck it or lick it. That's about as weird as it got.
Very Twilight. Very Twilight coded.
But you know what? May I also say, like, some people can get away with that shit and some people can't. Like, guaranteed, Megan Fox and fucking Machine Gun Kelly.
That's a great point.
They are drinking each other's blood and it's chill.
That's a great point. We accept light cannibalism.
Yeah. They're like,
society.
It's fine because, like, we're hot.
Exactly.
And then, like, with him, it's just like, burn him at the stake. Which, like, what he said is pretty nuts. But, like...
When there's safe words when you need them.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, but...
Well, I think we've sufficiently geared off the rails. Today we're going to talk about the beloved children's movie, Hook, to kick off Robin Williams month.
Which Armie Hammer also might have used. A hook. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, welcome, segue. Welcome to Robin Williams month. Thank you for voting on the films. You, the listener, helped narrow it down to the movies we'll be covering in the month of March.
Indeed. And I'm so sorry. We always get caught up in another conversation and then I like float up above myself and I'm like, how did we get here? And the answer is always just by being ourselves. Okay. Anyways, yes, thank you so much. Welcome to Robin Madness. Thank you so much for voting. As my beautiful wife said, we couldn't do it without you guys. And I'm loving the lineup.
It's very exciting. And what's crazy is, again, this was a democracy at work. Y'all chose these. All of the 4 movies we're doing fall within a 4-year period.
4 years.
At
4
the
movies
early
in 4
90s.
years.
So
Nuts.
it's like, it shows you... I mean, and we talked about Jim Carrey having a similar thing where it's like hit after hit after hit very quickly. Same thing with Robin Williams. He really like exploded in like the children's movie scene in a big way.
So good. And I really want to touch on the democracy part of it because there's some people who were very heated with us in the DMs, and might I just say, your fault, okay? You guys chose, we didn't.
We're not dictators. Sorry about it.
But a lot of the movies that people are upset about, we are going to cover at some point. Like, we have to. Fucking, I'm really sad about Good Will Hunting. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm sad it didn't win, but hey, democracy, baby. You know what I'm saying? And, in the dictatorship month, that's when Stacy and I will choose. No, but this month is for you guys. You guys voted, and so we're making it happen. You know what I'm saying? And then Good Will Hunting will just happen when it's supposed to happen. Maybe in our, like, back-to-school month.
Yeah, and the reason we choose actors, you know, like we did Adam Sandler this year, we're doing Robin Williams this year, because they have so many fantastic movies. Like,
Totally.
There's no way where you could do all the greats.
No, and we'd rather just, like, hear from you guys what movies excite you, what you'd want to listen to, what, you know, what makes you nostalgic and happy, and, like, so many, like, the month of March for this year and last year, more people added us, hit us up, like, we're in our DMs. We get excited, and I understand, like, Stacy and I get excited too. That's why we do it. So... Anyway, thank you so much for voting, and I hope that you're so happy with the 4 movies that we're going to cover. And if not, just skip to next month, and, you know, hopefully there will be a hit there that you really like.
Yeah, before we get into this, just to acknowledge, you know, Robin Williams is no longer with us. Yes. Tragic. This one hit me real hard.
I remember exactly.
It's 2015, I believe. Yeah.
I remember exactly where I was. I was sitting in my car on my lunch break. When I was working at Diamond Resorts International. And I was devastated. I took like an extra 10 minutes so I could cry because I was, especially when I heard how it happened, I was so upset.
Yeah, and a lot came out since then. It's kind of been this developing thing where, you know, the news first came out, like he took his own life, and everyone understandably was like, he had battled with substance abuse. He had battled with depression. Like, so sad. It seems to have caught up with him. But as his widow has come out and we've discovered more things as a result of his autopsy, it turned out that he had this very, very debilitating form of dementia called Lewy body. And I remembered my friend telling me about this because he had worked at an Alzheimer's research center, and he had told me, like, that is the worst kind you can get. If I ever get that, I want to be, like, euthanized. Like, I want to do, like, physician-assisted suicide because it progresses so quickly. You are not yourself very quickly. You literally like feel scared. Like it's a really, really, really terrible disease, particularly if you're not properly diagnosed. And he was not.
Right. Which so many people aren't.
Yeah, and they knew he was having lots of problems. He was very suspicious. He was very paranoid, but they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
They had no idea. And it wasn't until they did an autopsy that they were like, oh my God, he had like skyrocketing levels of this like neurotoxin essentially.
Oh my God.
That was making him act this way, and they just didn't find out until it was too late.
It really is so horrible. And think about this. Robin Williams is so successful, had so much money, and usually when that happens, like they have more access to healthcare in general. The fact that even in his position with his amount of privilege, he wasn't diagnosed properly shows you where the fuck we're at in this country. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, and like his widow talked about how like, kind of hurtful it was, all the news coverage after, like implying that he wasn't sober anymore because he had worked really hard on his sobriety. And I think he was like 7 years sober at that point. And she's like, it was not a relapse. It was not like he fell off the wagon. Like that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And I think she's since come out with a documentary about it, if that's something interesting to you about it. And she really just wants to raise awareness of this so that people aren't dismissed as being like, or misdiagnosed as like schizophrenic or something else going on when it could be this.
It's just so awful. So we obviously had to address that because we all love him so much. And also, like, there's so much misinformation that gets told about when people die pretty early. It's like...
Yeah, and people only remember the first thing they hear. Like, I feel like a lot of people still think, like, oh, he... Like, you'll see people quote things from him about, like, the clown joke. Where he, like, famously told this joke about, like, how this clown cheers everyone up and like, but he can't go see him or something. And the doctor's like, why don't you just see the clown to be cheered up? And he's like, I am the clown.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And we're like, see, he was so depressed. And it's like, maybe, but it's also like, that isn't ultimately what did it.
Yeah, like, it almost like it wasn't him who did it.
Right.
You know?
He was, like, truly in another place.
Yeah.
In his mind, like, trapped in a prison of his own mind is how his wife described it.
Which is awful, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And, like, yeah, I just hope that we can remember him through the movies we're going to cover and, like, the interviews that we see of him. Like, there's one interview of him that's probably my favorite, and it's with Coco the gorilla.
Oh, my gosh.
Bro, the way he's, like, looking into her eyes, the way that she's looking at it, like, she knows who he is. She's watched his movies, and she's, like, talking to him and telling him how much she loves him, and it's just so cute.
Yeah,
Look it up.
Such an incredible actor. Like, much like Keanu Reeves, he's able to portray such vulnerability in his roles, and you do feel like you know him. Like, after you watch a few of his movies, like, I feel like if I were to see him, I'd be like, like, I know exactly what you're like, and that's weird.
Totally.
And his wife talks about that, his widow, and talks about, like, how he was, like, actually super fucking quiet and introspective at home. But then he just had this, like, switch he would turn on when he was entertaining.
Which so many entertainers do. Yeah, I think another reason why he feels so familiar to me is because he looks so much like my dad.
See, I think he looks like my dad, too.
You do?
And our dads don't look alike, except they do have big baby blues.
That's true.
But I feel like he's gingery like my dad.
Oh. Because I thought he had, like, darker hair.
I think he has brown hair, right?
Yeah. But is your dad ginger?
Well, by the time I got to know my dad, his hair was, like, graying, so it kind of looked brown.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I feel like it looks red in some movies, though.
Yeah.
Like, especially this movie.
Yeah,
like
in this movie, it's very, it's especially when he's younger, like the younger version of him. But yeah, I think he reminds me so much of my dad. He has, like, the same eyes and the same nose and, like, darker hair in some of the movies that I'm just like, this feels weird. Like, his death felt even more personal to me because I was like, ugh.
Everyone's dad, dog.
Yeah, he's everyone's dad.
And maybe we all feel like he's like my dad.
I know.
You know? And he is, like, older in these movies. I think by the time he's in Hook, he's in his early 40s.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, we're used to seeing so many movie stars like, I'm 21. You know?
Totally.
And, like, you look like a dad.
Like, you're my dad.
Yeah,
Just get over it. Yeah, because I think the first movie I saw him in was Mrs. Doubtfire. And his personality was a lot like my dad's in that movie, so maybe that's why also I, like, compare him to him. But anyway, it just hit home for all. But, like, yeah, I'm sure all of us felt like, dude, this is my dad. This is basically my fucking, like, entertainment dad. And, like, how could he leave me? So anyway, we hope that we're coddling your beautiful hearts throughout this month, and we hope to do you, good.
Taking this walk down memory lane with one of the best to ever do it.
Truly, truly. So shouts out. Oh, and also, I just saw his daughter's, I think, directorial debut.
Oh, wow.
Lisa Frankenstein.
That's her?
She directed it, and then Diablo Cody fucking wrote it, dude.
Wait, who's Diablo?
She wrote Juno.
Oh, shit.
And Jennifer's Body.
Wow.
And this one. It was really camp. Mm-hmm. It was really good. I really liked it. It was like cheesy at some point, but that's a part of being
Cody Sprouse
camp.
too, right? Sweet Life of Zach and Cody fame.
Ideal man in this movie. I'm telling you, like no lines. Ideal man. He was so hot and so cool, protective, just like sensitive. Like, oh my God, you guys should all go see it. It's actually really good. I really liked it a lot. It reminded me of all like the campy 80s movies that I liked watching when I was younger.
Is it a movie or a TV show?
It's a movie.
Okay, cool.
It's very good. So please, if you want to honor the Williams family,
good tip. Good tip.
go watch that movie. It's really, really good. And she did a great job.
Wow. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But okay, so shall I jump right into Corp Bull? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me go in my notes here.
Corporate bullshit. Some bullshit.
Okay, so Hook is in 1991. Oh, and by the way, Stacy had the brilliant idea of covering these chronologically in order of like when they were released, all 4 movies. So we're starting with Hook, okay? So Hook is a 1991 American fantasy adventure film directed by Steven Spielberg. Bam, bam, bam,
Also
bam.
one of the best to ever do it.
Of course, it stars Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman.
Looking fine.
Dude, so
Him is Hook. Oh,
fucking hot.
yeah. That fucking wig, that fucking eyeliner, his little gap tooth. Yes.
Dude, it's literally my perfect type. I'm sorry. I know I say everyone is my ultimate daddy, but
his high heels.
yeah, he's like a bisexual king.
He is.
Like-
he knocks it out of the park.
So, like with a wig?
Yeah.
God, so hot. Okay. Julia Roberts, Bob Hoskins, Maggie fucking Smith.
I
Put some
forgot about
respect.
Maggie Smith.
I know. Oddly
She looks
enough,
older in this film than she ever does.
I was going to say they made her look, because she looks older here than she looks in like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000,000%.
Which is wild.
And it's like
10
10 years
earlier.
before.
Yeah. It's amazing.
But, yeah, the cool so as we all know, this movie was, it basically serves as a sequel to J.M. Barrie's 1911 novel, Peter and Wendy.
Okay, did you look into this original story?
No.
It's really strange because I tried to look up like what was just the plot of this Peter and Wendy saga. But apparently it started off as like a side story in a very creepy book that an author wrote about like just older man trying to hang out with a child, like weird undertones. And then in that book, there was a book about Peter Pan.
Oh.
And then he decided to like write. So it's like a spin-off of this like other really weird fucking book.
That is fucking hella weird. I
Isn't
did
that
not know
strange?
about that. So Peter and Wendy is the book inside of the book?
Peter Pan is introduced as a character of the book inside the book. I don't know if it was called Peter and Wendy, but the Peter Pan character was introduced in this way.
Okay.
And then he later wrote the book Peter and Wendy.
Got it. So weird, dude.
Very strange. So the author seems like, not gonna lie, pretty sus.
Yeah, that's suspect as fuck. Don't like that.
I mean, the whole concept is kind of sus.
Yeah.
It's also sus that Michael Jackson named his
Never
complex.
Neverland.
Never Neverland.
Because he really, like, related to Peter
Yeah,
Pan?
full-grown men not growing up and then hanging out with children. Oh, stressful.
Stressful and suspect. All right. And we talked about Michael Jackson last episode, I think, too.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. Propofol.
Look at
What
us.
they gave Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So this movie focuses on an adult Peter Pan played by Robin Williams, okay, who forgot about his whole childhood and his whole situation being Peter Pan.
I will say this plot was far more convoluted than I remembered.
Yeah?
Like, the whole first half hour, I was like, wait, whose grandma is this?
Oh, really?
Who is this?
Oh, okay.
Because I think in my mind, the movie started with the kidnapping of the children. But, like, actually a lot happens before that I
yeah.
completely forgot.
Yeah, there's a whole setup. And I also forgot that they're like, oh, this is grandmother Wendy.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, the grandma is Wendy? Like, I was so confused.
I know. I forgot about that too. And then I was like, oh yeah, and that's like what the book is based on, is like her adventures with da-da-da-da-da. And they all know about it. Like,
and I will say they don't really explain it until like 30 minutes in, which I think is also adding to the confusion.
Yeah. Especially if you've seen it before and only remember certain things.
And then you only get like the full explanation kind of near the end.
Yeah, kind of.
It's like, oh, okay.
Which I know is how they wanted to like set it up. Like they wanted you to like pick up certain pieces at certain points. But it's like, I can see why anyone would be confused. But okay, so the release date was December 11th, 1991. It's 142 minutes.
Yeah, it was long.
It didn't feel very long to me.
It felt long to me.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the other movies that I watched felt longer.
Like when he was starting to train, I was like, we're an hour in, and he's just now starting to become Peter Pan.
I'm going to be honest, like this is one of my favorite movies I've watched in our whole...
Really?
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I was like, I could see why this was a movie kids liked and adults didn't.
I loved it. And I loved it on this viewing. But also, like, I have to say, and I know that this is like problematic, but... I love the idea, like the story of Peter Pan, and I love the land of Never Never Land. It's probably, besides Harry Potter, like besides Hogwarts, it's like the fantasy land that I would love to be dropped into.
Did you ever play the Kingdom Hearts level of Peter Pan?
No.
It's fucking sick. It's so good. You get to fly around. You get to be on Hook's boat. See, when I was watching, I was like, more Hook.
Yeah.
Less Peter Pan. I'm sorry. I need more Hook.
I love both. This is where Stacy is choosing a side. She wants to be a pirate.
But I'll be honest, I think they just should have cut out like basically the first 45 minutes and just like, get us to Neverland.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah. I understand why they had to set it up with like him being like such a fucking, you know, yuppie asshole.
Lawyer dad, the enemy of the 90s.
Dude, yes, lawyer dad who's never around for the baseball games. I wrote that down. I'm like,
all these boomer writers at this time were working through their daddy issues.
Hell yeah. This might be like the millionth lawyer dad.
Or just bad dad.
Or just like the dad that's just not around. Like we've at least covered, I want to say 5 to 10 movies already from this time period where it has that trope.
Of the bad dad genre.
Yeah, I could probably name 5 right now. I'm not going to do it, but like guaranteed. Yeah, I love Peter Pan. Obviously, like the original is so fantastical. I love it. Obviously, there's parts where I'm just like, yeah, I wish this was fucking deleted and burned to the ground. Which are very obvious, and we could talk about that later. But like, dude, I love being immersed in this like land for 2 hours.
And the sets look like Disneyland. Like they're so fun and like cartoonish and colorful and loud.
I love the idea of like the Lost Boys and blah blah blah. Like when I was a kid, that was like before I really got into Harry Potter. I was like, oh, Peter Pan. It was always my favorite Disney movie. So maybe that's why I really fucking fuck with Hook so much. And also just like pirates. Like, dude,
sick.
Pirates, bro.
Shmi, I was like, Shmi's looking good.
Dude, Shmi is hot too.
I was like, we were conditioned to not think Shmi was hot, but as I'm older, hello.
We love golden retriever energy.
Yes, and
he's giving
like strong features and like perfect amount of facial.
Oh
hair.
yeah,
I was feeling it.
The salt and pepper daddy. I'm loving it, baby.
Earring. Hello.
They have a very similar relationship to us, I have to say. They just
Wait,
like Shmi is like in love with Hook.
I had a fabulous wig. Thank you.
Yeah, you're like, hello. And I'm like, but yeah, so it's 142 minutes. The budget was $70 million and the box office was $300.9 million.
Nice.
And what else do I got going on? Okay, so Rotten Tomatoes, 29%.
Oh.
29.
I wouldn't say 29.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
29.
29?
And then the audience score was 76. So
big difference.
But like critics fucking hated this movie. They fucking hated it. They got like, I think Julia Roberts got one of the golden raspberries.
I think she's fine in it.
Me too. They were just like, she just didn't really like give what we wanted her to give. It's like, she's not going to be Blondie, like over sexualized Tink. They obviously wanted to make her more modern, like a more modern version.
And they probably got flack for putting her in it at all because she was coming off of Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
And this was ostensibly a kids movie, although I will say very dark for a children's movie. And I do remember being fucking terrified by the beginning.
Me too.
Like the scary bedroom with the windows. And then when the kids get kidnapped in the beginning, the maid is like, they took the children. They were screaming.
Yeah, and she's like, it's like,
and I was like, oh my God.
We're screaming. She's like holding her face.
Genuinely scary.
Yeah, and the music behind it. That's another
terrifying.
thing. John Williams, baby. Oh, I also do need to say, so Spielberg was the director, but you know who was supposed to direct first before Spielberg came through?
Who?
What's his name? Hold on. He played the original Michael Myers.
What?
Dude, swear to God. And
wow, interesting.
I happen to know, what's his name? It's like something Cave. Hold on. I have this here.
Nick Cave in the bad seats.
Yeah, basically. Fuck, what? It's... oh my God, why?
No, it's not it. Well, use your imagination. You guys
Whatever.
look it up.
I hate that it's not like popping up because I swear I
There's so
screwed.
many
Or did
people
I
who've
write
played
it?
him,
Did I write
I
it
think is the
down?
problem.
Anyways, point is, I love this guy because I actually got a cameo from him one time for a friend of mine, and he was so sweet and cute and adorable, and I just loved him. I was like, he's hot and he's fun and he's so sweet. So anyways, he was supposed to direct it, and then Steven Spielberg came through and was like,
I'm Steven Spielberg. Get the
this is
fuck
my
outta
shit.
here. I did a E.T., so I get to do whatever I want.
Yeah, and everyone's just like bowing down to him. Makes sense. But yeah, so I hate that I don't remember his name. I'm going to hyperfixate on that forever, and for some reason
Well, I
he's
can
not
read you
popping
some
up.
names, and you can tell me if they sound familiar.
Okay.
Will Sandin, Nick Castle.
Yep, there we go.
Okay,
Nick
Nick
Castle. Not Cave. Jesus. Nick Castle. So handsome. So dope. But yeah. So, anyways. And also Ebert did not like. He gave it 2
I'm not
stars.
surprised.
And
That's honestly, I thought he might do a 1 or 1.5, so.
yeah, he just wasn't. He had lots of problems with a lot of it. He was just like. He was basically just like, this is the same thing as Peter Pan, except it's like twisted around. It's like, yeah, obviously. Like, sorry, I'm always going to disagree with Ebert mostly.
See, I'm with Ebert on this one. You didn't need to do all this. You did not need to do all this. You made it weirdly convoluted, and I think in a way that took away from the fun of Neverland.
I can see that, but I can also see that it's like an extension of what would have happened if Peter left.
Yeah, and I think
which
that'd be
makes sense.
interesting if you were making a movie for adults. But I think to make a movie for children that is loud and fun and with like Robin Williams, I feel like they went with a very adult plot and concept and then tried to shove all this kid stuff into it. Kind of halfway through.
I guess I kind of saw it as like a family movie. So I saw it as like, because as a kid I fucking loved it, and as an adult I fucking love it too. But maybe it's just because I just love that world. So like anything involving that world I'd be psyched about.
Yeah, because it starts off, I think, as like almost like a dark psychological thriller, which is cool. But
Interesting.
then it like pivots once he gets to Neverland to like hijinks, goofiness, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's cool too, but they're very different.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to do an interesting concept because that is like what they're trying to reflect, right? Like they're trying to reflect him in his adult life is like stiff and like stressed out, and that's what you're feeling.
Scary. It's
and
like
scary.
Scary.
And you are feeling that at the beginning, and then once he's starting to become more of a kid, then it like declines to him being like he's regressing back to
It's
childhood.
like silly season.
So I guess like, and at the end there is this like resolution of where he has a balance, where he's like a responsible father and he's loving, but he's also like in touch with his childhood.
He's not going to work all the time. All right, you win, kid.
Okay. I'm just like, I'm like an apologizer for the, like, I fucking love this movie, so I'm gonna like defend it to the end, but like I can understand if people aren't as obsessed with like the storyline as I am.
You know, and if it was 90 minutes and just Neverland hijinks, I think I'd like it a lot more.
Yeah. And I can understand that too, because I was also feeling like, when is Neverland gonna happen?
In a while.
I do think that they extended that way too long.
Yeah,
They should
like,
have.
Okay, and there's this charity dinner, and then it's like, why? Or what are we
Cut it
doing?
out.
Cut it out. Why? And like Wendy's like kind of a big player, but then not really in the end. Like she doesn't actually really matter in the end.
Yeah.
It's like she's so heavily in at the beginning, and then at the end she's just like, hello.
Yeah. And I know why they had to do. Oh, and also Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, dude, there were so many cameos in this movie too that I'm gonna definitely talk about when we go through notes. But yeah, I can understand
And it does not pass the Bechdel test, right?
No. Not at all.
It's the lost boys, not the lost girlies, okay?
It sucks because there are, like, you know, so many... Like, it's a mother and her fucking grandmother. They should be able to have a conversation. Bro, come on. Well, no. Actually, I was going to say Maggie and... like, the daughter and the grandmother should have been able to have a conversation. Actually, her name is Maggie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, I was like, this is like kind of kinky. Like, he like was in love with the grandma and then marries her granddaughter when she gets too old. It's a little Twilighty.
It is a little interesting.
But he is age appropriate.
Totally.
Unlike Jacob.
Right, because he actually is
exactly
13 or whatever when he met her. But
then it's kind of funny, like, well, if I can't have old Maggie, I'll just take, or Wendy, I'll just take young Wendy.
Yeah. And I guess, like, because he wasn't in love with Wendy. He was never in love with her.
He was.
No, she was in love with him.
Oh, okay.
He was never in love with Wendy.
Oh, okay.
But he was, but that's why, like, Wendy, when she saw the look in Peter's eyes at the granddaughter who was the same age as
Love
him.
at first sight while she's
like,
sleeping.
oh,
Also a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he loves her. Like, I can imagine her being kind of like jelly.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you like to hang out when they're young.
Yeah, oh, I see. You didn't like me when I was that age. Like, but...
And then that's why she busts him out of Neverland and, like, gets him adopted and all that, right? Because he's like, you're going to be with my granddaughter.
Yeah. And then she did it for, like, that was a cute scene where it shows... Because really it is, like, for people who love the original... I was going to say Batman. The original Peter Pan, because it is the sequel to, like, that movie. And you're seeing, like, what happened after, which is kind of... I mean, I like it. But it just went on too long. They should have...
It's a little complicated.
They should have snipped it. They absolutely should have edited it and snipped it because it went way too long. But... yeah. So that's it for corporate bullshit. Yay!
Wow, I learned so much. Thank you. I will bring up that I looked up the little kid because I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah.
But he's just a lawyer now. He
oh
really
my God.
didn't act much after he was a kid. But he's now, just a normal lawyer guy, which is kind of adorable.
I feel like a lot of child stars become lawyers. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Mm-hmm. Like you.
The theater. Yeah, I am a child star. Oh, that is my first note, actually.
What?
Related to that. So one of the very first scenes is Robin Williams' adorable child acting in a Peter Pan play, which is also very meta. Mm-hmm. And that being the first scene, I was like, okay, so we're in a world where everyone else knows that Peter Pan exists. Interesting.
Yeah.
But I said, I can't believe these kids didn't learn their lines. Mm-hmm. I memorized all my lines as Junie B. Jones and my eternal shame, Christopher Columbus.
Dude, oh my God.
And I thought I was being a feminist because I was like, you don't have to be a boy to play Christopher Columbus. I'm going to be the star.
Dude, that's funny. You were Christopher Columbus and I was fucking Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, God. These pieces of shit.
These
really.
pieces of shit. Why are they making
and we
us
were
do
like,
this shit?
we're being feminist.
And I sang a whole fucking song. I feel like I sang it on here before, but I'm not going to do it now. But we literally, nope.
Can you sing it? Because I'll do my Christopher Columbus rap, y'all.
Okay, perfect.
This is where my hatred of educational rap started. My part as Christopher Columbus was to rap a quote-unquote educational, aka piece of propaganda garbage trash heap. And I was like, I will memorize my lines.
Okay,
and my
you do
teacher's
yours.
like, you really don't need to. Everyone else will be reading from a piece of paper. And I was like, I am an actor, and I know that actors memorize their lines. And so
True.
I did.
Do it up.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm so excited.
Yo, it's nice to meet you. My name is Christopher C. That C stands for Columbus, and my dad's from Italy. Now, he thought he was a weaver. No, I fucked up.
Nope. You got this. Let's go.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Christopher C. C is for Columbus, and I come from Italy. Now, my father was a weaver, and he thought I would be, but what I really wanted was to sail the sea.
Bitch.
And there's a breakdown where they go, sail west to go east. They all thought I lost my mind. Sail west to go east. I got him in the end. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I found it on the internet. It's still like out there as a teaching resource.
No.
Which is heinous.
No.
Because literally like the rap goes on to be like, I helped the Native Americans and we all became friends. It's
fucking dude.
It was
But
so bad.
your performance was fantastic.
Thank you. I rapped
See?
as Christopher Columbus in the 3rd grade to my
Listen,
enduring shame.
we all make mistakes.
I was more in it for the art.
I was going to say, it wasn't your fault. These adults.
I didn't write that fucking trash script.
And these adults should know better, even if you did write it as a fucking third grader or whatever. That's not your fault.
But in the pictures, which my parents still have, I'm like standing up in my little paper Columbus hat, wearing a giant Tweety Bird shirt. I only have committed to the role. I was like, I'm wearing my Tweety Bird shirt.
Dude,
okay?
fuck yeah.
I'm gonna memorize my lines and I'm gonna fucking do this.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm just standing in front of the class, no papers in my hands, and everyone else is like looking at their papers because again, it was not that serious.
It was that serious, and you knew it. No one else did it. You committed to the bit. Look, if there's one thing about Stacy, she will commit to the fucking bit, okay?
I will do it. Don't test me. Can you please sing your Napoleon song for now?
And I do need to say also, I don't even remember what the show was about, but I also was playing drums, and I was in a choir.
You're just like sweating and running around doing all the parts.
I don't know if my memory is like fucked, but I remember like running this bitch. I ran this fucking
like,
show,
places.
And really, it turns out it was like a one-woman show that like I created. No. Okay, the song goes... Oh, my name's Napoleon Bonaparte, and have I got a deal for you? I'm endangered of being blown apart, so I'll make this, I know, appeal to you. All eyes are fixed on you, All hopes are fixed on you, If you're, I don't remember that part, but it's basically, isn't that like the France, like national anthem?
It sounds very familiar. I think it's definitely a French song of some kind.
So yeah, that's all I remember.
That's amazing. I'm desperately thirsty, so I'm gonna grab a water.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Be right back. Okay. Hydration's important, everybody. Take care of yourself.
You guys.
Drink and breathe.
And we're back. And I will be hydrated, damn it.
Me too.
Okay, so that was my first note, just about judging the children for not doing what they should have done, really.
Memorize lines, hello. Also, Robin Williams' wife, a.k.a. Wendy's granddaughter, is the mom from Princess Diaries.
Oh my gosh, that's why she looked familiar. Okay.
And again, she looks younger in Princess Diaries.
The hair was completely different.
Yeah.
Hair's a big one.
I'm also really glad that in that theatrical production at the beginning that they used a girl to play Peter Pan, because that's tradition.
That's true. At our high school play, a girl played Peter Pan.
And that's just, it's tradition. Like, every time it's on stage, a girl plays Peter Pan. That's just how it goes, which I've always thought was cool. Yeah, and then I wrote, the trope of corporate dads being gone for the big game has reared its ugly head yet again. Honestly.
It's so fun. It's such a trope.
I love the part where they are on the plane and Robin Williams is like, when are you going to stop acting like a child? And he's like, I am a child.
I am a child, you idiot.
I love that he wasn't like upset by that. Like, he was just like laughing at his fucking face. Like, you're an idiot,
joke.
bro.
Although him throwing the baseball against the, I was like, somebody's going to kill him.
Yeah, and how he was like, what, are you afraid of being sucked out? It's like, yes, that is a legitimate fear, you idiot.
He goes, why don't I have a parachute? His little girl showed everybody dying in a plane crash, and they all had parachutes except him.
Dude, hell yeah.
Fucked up.
I'm like, dude, your kids hate you, bruh. You're a piece of shit. And then I love that they showed the iconic Big Ben, because they couldn't have not shown that. I'm glad that they did. Because that's huge in the original cartoon.
Yeah, and the irony, too, that he doesn't like flying. Oh, but he's Peter Pan.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't grasp that until later when they were in Never Never Land, and his son was like, wait, but Dad doesn't like flying. I was like, I didn't think about that.
And I did write, I like the subtext that Robin Williams thinks he's so grown up, but really he's an immature little baby idiot.
True. Just like all these motherfuckers.
Like, he's wearing his dumb little, like, baseball hat, like, going around the office being like, you do this, you do that. And it's like, shh, you lame as hell.
I know. I was like, why? Corporate dads being gone.
Corporate dads. Grandma's house, fucking sick.
Oh.
So gorgeous. Wallpaper for days. Rich mahogany.
Dude, and some of her quotes are fucking iconic. I wrote one down, too, where she's like, and what's so terribly important about your terribly important business? I'm like, fuck yeah. You're a bad bitch. And then she was like, Peter, you've become a pirate. I'm like, you're a bad bitch. She got his ass. Yeah, the dreamy kids' bedroom with the two beds and the open windows. Like, oh.
The dollhouse, the big-ass dollhouse in the middle.
Yeah, and all, like, the paintings on the wallpaper of, like, Never Never Land and of Captain Hook and of the mermaid. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I want to make
Gorgeous
my like
house.
it.
Gorgeous.
Just gorge. Oh, and the window lock being a hook is so cool.
Oh yeah, but I do think this was the movie that introduced me to the concept of like home invasion kidnapping, which is not good, and I was like scared of it.
Oh, dude. Well, because my parents were also obsessed with like forensic files and shit. So even from being like 6, 7 years old, especially when we moved here
Yeah,
from
they're like,
Halifax,
America, the land of violence.
yeah, it was like that was always my number one fear was being kidnapped and murdered. Like, oh, like from the time I was 6 years old, that's been implanted in my mind. So,
Man.
and then I was like, OMG Nana, because the dog, she's a sheepdog in this movie, but in the original, she is a,
Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard. And that my brother always calls me Nana because he's like, dude, you are Nana. Like, you are a Saint Bernard. You are this character. So I thought that was cute that they had another Nana. And then, okay, the blankets flying off the kids' bodies when they're
That's
about to
what
get
I'm saying.
kidnapped.
It's like, it's genuinely like horror movie level scary.
True. It's so true. I'm like,
Bad.
paranormal activity.
Like, it reminded me a lot of the Poltergeist.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, wait, did Steven Spielberg do the Poltergeist? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
Drew
part of
Barrymore
this,
almost
right?
got cast in that movie. And because she wasn't cast in that, Steven Spielberg was like, I have something else for you. And he cast her in E.T.
Yeah, and that was the 80s, so maybe he was like fully drawing on Poltergeist.
Dude, I didn't think about that. That's crazy.
It's so scary.
So fucking scary. I also wrote, Toodles is an OG Lost Boy. and he's so
lost
cute.
his marbles.
He's like, I lost my marbles. I'm like, I'm
So
obsessed with you.
cute.
You're so cute. And also, his shadow on the walls is such a clear callback even before it starts like doing its own thing. It just like, he's walking around and you see his shadow and I was like, oh yeah. It just, yeah, there are just so many callbacks, which is great for someone like me.
Yeah, because in the original Peter Pan, he has to like sew his shadow back onto him, right? 'Cause it's,
And that's
like,
how we met Wendy.
up to hijinks.
Very
Oh yeah, because
cute.
he can't sew because he's a boy.
Right, so he was like he took soap and he was like putting it on his shoe and then trying to stick his shadow to his
What an idiot!
idiot, bruh. Oh, okay, so finally like Tinkerbell comes and she like gets him to like go to Never Never whatever. She's like carrying his ass. They fly above this bridge and there's a couple that starts kissing and they start floating because they get hit with fairy dust. Guess who the fuck they are?
Who?
Carrie Fisher
Oh,
and George Lucas.
okay.
Which you would never obviously know because they don't do a
Yeah,
close up.
wow.
That's who they were. They were kissing
Aw,
on the
how
bridge.
magical.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, Timberland.
Timbaland is in this movie too.
Tinkerbell. I meant to say Tinkerbell. I was like, Tinkerbell
Timberland,
is dummy
Tinkerbell.
strong, and then I was like, Timberland is dummy strong. Tinkerbell.
You know what? He
She
is
just
so
lifts his
strong
ass
from
up
carrying
with
every
ease.
hit on his back. What'd you say?
She just lifted his ass up with ease.
Oh yeah, she's a bad bitch. Chanting for Hook, Hook, where's the hook? I was like, yes! I want to put that in like a song at
His
some point.
goddamn high heels are so fabulous. Like 4 inches platform. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I was like, okay, Hook is so fucking sexy. Okay, bisexual king. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And then I also wrote Ultimate Scorpio Daddy.
Yeah, as evidenced by shoving someone in a trunk and putting a scorpion.
Although I looked it up, and he's not a Scorpio.
Oh.
He's a Gemini, girl.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, one of the pirates, there's a couple pirates that are famous, and I'll tell you who they are right now. One of them is Glenn Close.
He's the one who gets stuffed in the trunk.
Yeah.
And it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Another, like, a genuine horror level scene.
And it's only because she went to go visit Robin Williams on set just to say hey to her homie.
Yeah.
And then Steven Spielberg was like, you need to be in this. And she's like, okay.
Okay, put some makeup on me, bitch.
Jimmy Buffett
Oh, really?
steals his shoes.
From Margaritaville? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Margaritaville Jimmy steals Peter Pan's shoes.
Wow.
Also, the mermaids kissing him underwater.
So that's what I mean. There's a lot of like adult elements to this movie.
Living my full
They're
fantasy.
fully like macking on him.
I'm like,
and
it's-
everyone is in love with Peter Pan, which is such like a male gaze focused like 90s movie thing. Like he literally does nothing and like Tinkerbell's like, I want you. Wendy's like, I want you. granddaughters, I want you. The mermaid's like, we want you. It's ridiculous.
Maybe that's why it's like my ultimate fantasy. I'm like, I am Peter Pan, okay, bitch? Like,
every female person will fall in love with me.
Please fall in love with me. I love you.
When the kid, so he gets on the pirate ship, he meets all these pirates, and then he doesn't realize he's Peter Pan yet. Hook recognizes him, or somebody tells him it's Peter Pan, and he's like, okay, fine, you have your Peter Pan, go save your kids, and we'll all move on. And it's such a devastating scene.
It is, dude.
Where Robin Williams is trying his hardest, and his kids are kind of shitty about it.
They are.
Like, you're not even trying. I'm like, he is trying.
No, he hella climbed up that whole fucking
he's
thing.
He's trying really hard. You guys are too far away.
I know.
And then the little girl goes, come on, Daddy. Mommy could do it.
I know.
Like,
I was like, damn.
Damn, that is
Mommy's
harsh.
taking Pilates classes.
That is harsh.
That was fucked. That was really
bitch.
fucked.
Like, Jesus.
And I'm sure as a kid it would feel like that, because you see all these movies where like the dad is like big and strong and he like beats all the guys up and blah blah
you
blah.
do expect your parents to be able to fix everything. Like, I remember being annoyed as a kid when things weren't going my way and my parents couldn't fix it. Yeah, it's your fault. And it's
like
it's not.
wow, you couldn't just fix this?
Like, why is his line so long? Why is his taking so... And like, they don't have any fucking control over that.
Totally.
But you think they do because they're adults.
Right, because when we're kids, we think that adults know everything and that we know nothing, but really, it's the opposite way around, baby.
Yeah, I was like, this line's gonna haunt me. Mommy could do it.
No, that is very fucked.
and then I wrote Sexy Mermaids after that.
Dude, Sexy Mermaids, baby. I loved that scene. They're just like blowing air into his lungs. Love those queens, but
gorgeous.
Just like so beyond my understanding and comprehension. Like, I'm in love with all of them. And also, okay, so a huge part of the reason why when I was in the Disney College program, I chose to go to the California one instead of the Florida one is because they were the ones that had the fucking mermaids in the 60s, bro.
Yeah, right where the Now Finding Nemo ride is.
Yeah, they had literal gorgy queens dressed up like mermaids and just like just swimming away. And I, for some reason, I'm just obsessed with, like, I really love the idea of mermaids. And like, I love the lore behind them, and I'm just like intrigued. I'm just so, and I don't know. So anything to do with mermaids, I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But also, that's when he gets put into where all the Lost Boys are, and that's when you meet Rufio, who's basically the new Peter Pan. I was so in love with him.
Yeah, I had a huge crush on Rufio.
Oh, so
Bad boy,
hot.
Fine as fuck. His hair,
dude,
his hair,
so fucking cool. He looks like a rooster.
He does, and it's like red and a fucking mohawk, and that might be why I like skater, stoner, emo boys.
Yeah, that was like
started with Rufio.
It's our intro to like the stoner hot skater boys. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they are literally skating.
I know,
like,
they're literally
so
skateboarding.
Cool.
That and I'm pretty sure in Three Ninjas, which we also have to cover. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't watch that one as much, but I did see it when I was a kid.
I think they're skateboarding in that. If I'm not, maybe they're riding bikes. I can't remember. I need to go back and watch. But yeah, like, dude, skater boys when I was younger, I was like, that is peak fineness right there. And mermaids. The sniffing flowers.
Skating mermaids? Hey.
Dude, mermaids, skater boys. They're on the same level to me.
Imagine if they were skating mermaids. Wow.
Way to go, dude. Wait, surfers, bruh. That's why surfers are hot.
That's true. That's basically what they are.
Yep. One of my exes is a surfer. Shouts out.
Hey.
The sniffing flowers are so cute.
Oh, yeah, and they like sneeze. Yeah, and he's like, ah.
I do that to Rumi sometimes, and she's always like, it's very cute.
The little kid who first realizes he's Peter.
I just wrote that. I wrote the little seer boy.
He's so cute. I did try to do a deep dive on where all the Lost Boys are now, and they're all so cute. Some of them do like seem like they're still
Lost Boys,
very obsessed with it, and they're like, "We're gonna make a sequel," and I'm like, "It's not gonna happen."
No, that's not. It can't.
And some of them are like barely mentioning it on their social medias. Like, people will be like, "Oh my god, you're so and so," and they're just like, "Yeah, whatever. I've moved on." It's interesting to see.
But it is like, there's no way that they can be. There can't be a sequel.
No. Well, and the little kid that we're talking about now, he's just living a normal life.
Aww.
He did post something about Robin Williams, and I was like, "Oh my god, I remember you being in that movie. Oh my god,
that's so sweet."
Very cute.
But yeah, I wrote that he's like a seer, because he's just like, he's like looking in his eyes, and he's like, "You are Peter." He's just so sweet.
It would be hard to see like like an 11-year-old boy.
That's why he's like holding his face.
As like a 45-year-old. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. I wrote, get here off yo ass. This is not a joke. Oh, it was when Hook was talking to Smee.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I was not expecting to have to give a self-harm warning.
I know. Yeah, self-harm.
But then Hook is making a lot of fire points about the reality of what children can do to a marriage.
Mm-hmm. I knew you were going to say that.
He's like, lesson 1, why parents hate their kids. And which is mean to say. But then he goes, before you came along, they used to have fun together. They used to sit there and watch the sunrise. And now they can't because you're so annoying.
It's like, dun, dun, dun. It is so
I will just
mean.
say, the studies show that sadly, most people are not quite so happy in their relationships after they have a kid. I think it's because it's really fucking hard and no one helps you. And I think it's really hard not to resent your partner because everyone's just so desperately trying to get by and you never feel like you get a break. And so it's like, I feel like I see a lot where one partner's like, I'm going to go to the store, and they don't come back for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the other partner's like pissed because
Right.
they've been like dealing with the kids the whole time.
I know. I don't know how parents do it when they're, especially with young kids, like
And
how
we're
they
meant to be in a
balance.
village, okay? We're meant to like raise children in the community, and especially as Americans, like we just don't do that. It's like every fucking couple for themselves. Good luck. Oh, by the way, it's going to cost $1 million.
That's why I think, like, you know, not everyone is in this position, but like my brother and sister-in-law are like super lucky because they have my parents who help watch them. I help watch them. Like, there is a village that's raising their kids.
Yeah.
And I know that they're so grateful for that, but like not everyone has that. And that's like crazy. One of my cousins, when I went to go visit him, the first thing he was like, oh, it's so nice to see you. Also, do not have kids unless, like, he was like warning.
That's so many, people be like, don't do it. Love my kids. Don't do it.
Yeah, he
Love
was like-
them to death. Never do it.
No, he literally was like, don't do it unless each person's parents are involved and like ready to like help at any fucking point, which like,
You
hello?
just need breaks, and that's like our modern society. I mean, even most people don't get any breaks ever, period. But it's like, if you have kids, that's like extra true.
I cannot even imagine. So y'all are superheroes. I
Yes.
do not know how you do it. But yeah, he made very fair points.
Hook is like, LOL, okay, child-free Hook.
I know. Also, all the mirrors on Hook's bedside table just made me so... I'm like, I'm obsessed with him. He, like, and listen,
People say Leos are the self-centered ones. Geminis can be very self-absorbed.
Absolutely, which I'm in love with. Oh, duh, Geminis. I'm obsessed with Geminis, and he's such a Gemini king. It's so funny. Like, he truly... And Geminis and Leos are very linked. So,
I can see
there's
that.
a lot of energy there. And I love Smee. I just had an apostrophe. I'm like, Smee! Love you.
The food scene?
Oh.
The food scene.
Speaking of the food, I mean, the food scene is one of the most iconic food-related scenes of any movie ever.
Those pies?
Like the frosting pies.
Exactly.
But also, speaking of that food scene, I do need to say there is an atrocious amount of fat phobia in this movie. More than I realized, like more than I expected.
Yeah, they're all like, Robin Williams is so fat, which he's fine.
Yeah, he's not fat.
He has a very average body.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, you're disgusting. It's
Dude,
like,
they make a whole
Jesus.
chant where they say, gotta lose 1 million pounds, give yourself a heart attack. Like, they want him to get a heart attack so that he can lose weight. A whole fat phobic chant of death. Like, truly, I'm like,
And they named the heaviest kid, like, didn't they give him the name, like, Thud Butt or something?
Yes, it is that butt. I'm almost positive. And
Like,
it's,
wow, way to make his weight define him as a person.
yeah, it's, very sad. And also, he's the cutest character.
He
He
is.
literally is the cutest.
With his
Like,
little,
oh my God.
Scotty boy hat.
And all the signs of all the different happy things that he could possibly think about to
so
get him to fly.
cute.
Like, they're just so
Yeah, very
adorable.
fat phobic. Agreed.
But-
He also has, by the way, he has 3 days to remember that he is Peter Pan and fight Hook.
Yeah, to like train.
Yeah, and they're like, we'll make you lose 1 million pounds in a day. No, thank you.
I'm like, I know this is Neverland, but that's
literally not gonna
never,
happen.
never gonna happen.
Chill out, kids.
No, it's sad. And it really shows, like, the fat phobia is, like, rampant. It's really, like, the 90s of it, especially 91. Like, that was, like,
that's when it's starting to ramp up.
yeah, really bad. No wonder we're in love with Hook, because he and Grinch have, like, the same exact
Oh my
energy.
god, you're so right.
Right?
Very, very similar vibes.
Right, like-
Is the Grinch a Gemini?
Oh my God, I never looked this up. Hold on.
Okay.
Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. And you know what? You know, that makes sense because when he was like parasailing down or whatever, there was snow on the ground.
You're right.
So, November. So, and you know what? He was probably like right on the cusp of Scorpio, because I could also see that too.
Maybe.
Scorpio and Sag are right next to each other. Anyway, they have very similar.
Yeah, and I love when they meet back up. So, surprise, surprise, Peter Pan does remember that he's Peter Pan, and he learns how to fly and all that shit. So he goes back to confront Hook. And at one point he goes, "Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer."
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, so many of these movies have some sort of a message about lawyers.
Maybe that's why I'm doing this.
Maybe
that's why I'm a lawyer.
Maybe
I've been indoctrinated by 90s movies.
It was just in every movie and every piece of media that we watched in general, so that makes sense.
You're gonna die at my next note.
Oh wait, what? What is
Singing Kid alert.
I wrote that down. Okay, wait, where did I write this? Hold on. I wrote this down.
Can you believe it? This was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. Why?
And it's like totally non sequitur. There's no other singing in the film.
Oh, I wrote, another scene of a little girl singing. Stacy's gonna freak out.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. And
I thought it was cute. She's singing a lullaby.
And we're at 2 hours, all right, people?
She's singing a lullaby, people, and
I think
Stacy
they did
hates
it just so that she could be nominated for, like, best song in a movie. But do you want to know what movie it went up against and rightfully lost?
With, like, original songs?
Oh, yeah.
Aladdin?
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, bruh.
Like, are you kidding me? They put this in the same category as Beauty and the Beast?
They had to put someone against it. Look, I think the song was really cute, but, yeah, I mean, an Oscar? I know. Or a Grammy. Was it an Oscar?
It was an Oscar.
Jesus.
For, like, and that's the thing, it's like, it doesn't really have much to do with the movie.
No, it has nothing to do with me.
Like,
except for calling back being like, my mommy sang this to me every night.
Yeah,
Which,
it's like, okay, she's not in this movie. Guess what? Mommy has 2 lines, okay?
You're like, I hate her. And I hate every song.
Stop trying to make mommy happen. This is Daddy movie.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Dude, I knew Stacy was gonna lose her shit over this shit. She hates any little girl singing. You heard it here first.
No, I hate any weird-ass non-sequitur song about nothing in the middle of a movie that is not a musical.
But I love that
Get
she's
that
singing
shit
the
out
song.
of here.
I'm like, I love it. Every time I'm backing up these little girls because I was that little girl, and I'm like,
You're like, when is my song? Like, it's not a musical. When is my song?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I also wrote, just when you thought Rufio couldn't look any fucking cooler, he shows up in the end in a sick-ass fit.
Dude, hell
like,
yeah.
Think Black Parade, My Chemical Romance shit. Like,
Yeah,
it's such a cool outfit.
It was baller. It was hella fucking baller. Oh, dude, and Thud literally being like, these are Toodles' marbles. They're his happy thoughts. I remember watching him. I think this movie might have been the first time that the concept of, like, ASMR hit, because his voice did something for me, like, spiritually. Like, he just had the sweetest voice that I was like, I want to hear this over. He's just like, these are his happy thoughts. And I just, like, loved hearing his voice.
You're like, please tell me the story till the end of time.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, also the lady that takes off Hook's hook is so clearly Zorny for him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's us.
Oh, yeah.
That's us. We're obsessed.
That's the fan club.
Powdered wigs, etc. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow being young Wendy, that was really cool. His happy thought is being a dad. That's what makes him fly.
I was also, like, LOL cracking up when... So, Rufio... by the way, fucking dies.
Yeah, he literally dies.
Does not need to. I don't know why they did that. Except to do this line, which is hilarious. I wish I had a dad like you.
I know.
I was like, oh my god, this is a lot. This is a lot.
Yeah, that was too much.
I was
Because
like, okay, we get it. Robin Williams is a man. Like, everyone was in love with him. Every kid wants him to be his dad. Like, it's so funny.
It is really sad, but it's also like, yeah, he did not have to die. I don't know why.
Wait, I'm sorry, does Rufio really fucking die? And I kept waiting for him to be like, he's fine. No,
he fucking dies.
he's Deadsville.
Yeah, he gets stabbed by a grown man.
Yeah, we have people out here stabbing children.
Yeah. To death.
Horrible.
It's bad.
Not necessary.
No, like, absolutely, like, so unnecessary.
Like, you could have thrown him overboard, and then he's like, oh, he made it. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, or, like, yeah, just, like, stabbed him to the point where, like, just gave him a little jab so he can't
like,
fight anymore.
Yeah, but look, it went through my jacket, my cool eyes, something.
Like, I'm gonna run away. Like, something. I don't know. Or, like, fighting another, like, fucking pirate or something.
I just wanted him to die uttering the line, I wish I had a dad like you.
I'm like, you guys, please. Wild. And then, his fate.
Yeah. Oh, when Hook gets his wig snatched, I gasped.
Yeah.
I was like, ah!
Yeah, that was, I thought that was his real hair.
power.
It was
Yeah.
stupid of me. But I was like, my childhood. I completely forgot about that.
And I wrote, Maggie is our restorative justice queen.
Yes.
Because everyone's like, kill Hook. And she's like, no, let's not perpetuate the cycle of violence.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, Maggie, you are so wise. I forgive you for singing that terrible song.
It's so crazy. That is so funny. No, but I wrote that down too. I was like, damn, she really saved Hook's fucking life.
Wise bitch.
And then Hook did himself dirty and then got eaten by a fucking
He
croc.
fucked around and found out, but he did it to himself.
He really did do it to himself. It wasn't, Peter Pan was just like, okay, whatever happens, happens, and then boom. One of my favorite quotes of all time, which I forgot about, but I loved when I was a kid, was when, he flies back home, then Julia Roberts talks to him, and she says, you know that place between sleep and awake, that place where you still remember dreaming? That's where I'll always love you, Peter Pan. That's where I'll be waiting.
So sweet.
What?
Yeah.
The place between a sleep and dream, or
Yeah, that
waking
was
and dreaming?
kind of a sad plot line. I was
It
like,
is.
they're kind of leaving this on kind of a bummer note.
Yeah.
With Tinkerbell / Timberland.
Timbaland. Another hit, baby. To the heart. Yeah, she just always loved him. She was always in love with him, and he was never...
She was a lovesick fairy puppy.
That's the thing, is like everyone was in love with him, but he wasn't feeling that until he met Moira. Then he was like, oh. And it was his first time actually feeling like, oh, I'm kind of into somebody. But before then, everyone was just in love with him, and he wasn't feeling it. And then Toodles Marbles.
He got his marbles back.
That was so sweet. And then I think the last line of the whole movie was "Seize the day" or some shit.
Or it's also another fire line where he goes, now it's on to the greatest adventure of all, like living or something.
Oh yeah, because they were like
Living in the real world.
Yeah, because earlier he was like, to die would be a great adventure, but then he's like, to live would be a great adventure.
Yeah. Nice
Which
little
is
bookend.
so nice.
And
So
that's
sweet.
my notes.
Yeah, those are all my notes too.
Yeah, overall, I loved when we were in Neverland. I loved all the hijinks.
Yeah.
I could have done without the whole beginning.
She's like, I hated the singing. I hated the beginning.
I had a lot of cuts, like a lot of ideas for what could go.
They were trying to fit a lot of ideas into one movie.
A lot of subplots too,
Yeah.
which I don't like.
Right.
Like Tinkerbell subplot, Moira subplot, Hook indoctrinating the kids subplot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, they didn't need to do, I'll say, like, I agree. They didn't need to do all that, and I think they could have trimmed it a bit. They should have, like, got the editor a little bit more involved, but
it's Spielberg, and no one was going to tell that man no.
And even now, like, Spielberg has said, like, there are some things I wish I did differently, but, like, I don't know. I like it for what it is, but it also lets us, I don't know. Now that we have, like, solid eyes as adults, we can look and be like, it should have been edited a bit. It was a little too much.
But it was like a fun, challenging movie for kids. Because it was
Right.
marketed as a kids movie, but it was like fucking scary sometimes.
Yeah, it was
Which can
scary.
be fun, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah, and it also, like, there's a really good lesson to be learned. You can't stay a kid, but you gotta, like, hold on to the parts of you, your inner child.
See, I think when I was a kid, I definitely took away just straight up lesson like Neverland rocks. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think I absorbed any of the like, you have to grow up stuff. I was just like, no, fuck growing up.
Yeah.
Neverland for life.
Yeah.
Don't go back.
Which, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this and Miss Doubtfire kind of have a similar plot in that way. Or, like, a similar lesson. Mm-hmm. Like, you need to grow up, but, like, you can always keep your inner child with you. Interesting. But, anyway, yeah, no, I fucking love this movie. I'll always love this movie. It could have been trimmed, but you know what?
Well, I'm going to quiz you how much you love this movie.
Uh-oh.
Trivia.
Now I'm
See how
scared.
close you are paying attention.
I'm scared
The first
now.
one's pretty easy.
Okay.
Where does Grandma Wendy live?
London,
London town.
London town.
Okay, this one is what are the directions to Neverland?
It's second star to the right and straight on till morning.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Perfect. What's the key to flying in Neverland?
Happy thoughts.
That's right. This one's a little tougher. What's the phrase that helps snap Jack, the kid, back to reality? The little sweetie pie says it.
The little sweetie pie says it? Like his
Little
sister?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I can't remember. Isn't she like she tells him to like remember something?
She goes, remember to run home, Jack.
Oh yeah, because it was home
Jack.
run,
yeah,
but
and then
run
the
home.
pirates
Right.
remind him later, and he's like,
Right.
run home, Jack.
Yeah, and there's a
Oh, we just went over this. What does Robin Williams say will be the biggest adventure of all at the end?
to live.
Living. You nailed it.
Noise.
You did it. You did it. Personality quiz.
Oh God, yes. Didn't think about that, dear.
I'll start with you.
Okay.
What does your perfect getaway include?
Ooh.
Sightseeing, luxury, romance, family, adventure, or nature?
Nature, because like the ocean or like some sort of body of water. I'm like, get it.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Okay, pick a Robin Williams movie.
Okay.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Aladdin, Good Will Hunting, Toys, Jack, or Jumanji?
I forgot about toys. Yo, that's crazy.
Toys is the trip.
Probably. Oh, that's hard. This is this quiz all over again. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Sick. Okay, what do you need in a relationship? Trust, honesty, communication, excitement, independence, or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Okay. You admit that you're a little too selfish, ambitious, trusting, proud, naive, or competitive.
Ooh, probably naive. I'm working on it though.
Okay. Which Disney cartoon do you love? Lion King, Lady and the Tramp, Robin Hood, Pinocchio, Jungle Book, or Cinderella?
What was the first one?
Lion King.
Yeah, I'd probably do Lion King. The soundtrack is fire.
I watch Lion King so much.
It's so good.
What's your style motto? Classics are everything. Casual by day, glamorous by night. The girlier, the better. Just follow what's trendy. All things leather, please. Whatever's comfortable.
And whatever's comfortable.
Okay. You are most proud of your strength, heart, personality, courage, success, or relationships.
Heart.
You got hot, kid.
Yeah.
You are Maggie, the little singing queen herself. You're thoughtful and caring, and you like that your world revolves around your friends and family. You rarely get upset, but if something happens to people you care about, you're the first to fight for them, and there's nothing you wouldn't do to help.
I mean, that's true.
As someone who appreciates the little things, you create your own happiness, and all that positivity tends to rub off on other people, too. I agree.
Oh my God, cute! That's adorable. And yes, I would kill anyone for my wife.
So sometimes the pictures don't pop up, but I was able to just click the word, and it still worked.
Okay, sick.
As a heads up.
Here we go. What does your perfect getaway involve? Sightseeing, luxury, romance, family, adventure, or nature?
I guess luxury, because I just want to relax. And that's the closest word.
Good call. Pick a Robin Williams movie. Mrs. Doubtfire, Aladdin, Good Will Hunting, Toys, Jack, or Jumanji.
I gotta go with Mrs. Doubtfire, too.
Yeah, it's just...
That's my favorite.
It's so funny. It's so good. What do you need in a relationship? Trust, honesty, communication, excitement, independence, or loyalty?
I would say fun and a sense of humor, but that's not an option.
Yeah, it's a sense of humor.
I guess I'm gonna fold that into communication.
Good call. That was my second one. You'll admit that you're a little too selfish, ambitious, trusting, proud, naive, or competitive.
I would say ambitious isn't the right word, but I am busy. I got a lot
She's
going
very
on.
busy, y'all.
And sometimes I should cut it
Cut it out. Which Disney cartoon do you love? Lion King? Oh, damn, I didn't clock that there was Robin Hood. I would have picked that. Lion King, Lady and the Tramp, Robin Hood, Pinocchio, Jungle Book, or Cinderella.
I also Lion King Ride or Die.
It's so good.
I used to watch it so much.
Yeah, we really need to have a month with that included somehow. I don't know. What's your style motto? Classics or everything? Casual by day, glamorous by night. The girlier the better. Just follow what's trendy. All things leather, please. Or, whatever's comfortable.
The girlier the better. I love frills. I love a big sleeve.
Lacy.
Like a Victorian
Yeah,
fucking ghost most of the time.
Dude, fuck yeah. And I'm loving every second of it, baby. You're most proud of your strength, heart, personality, courage, success, or relationships?
Courage.
Hell yeah. She got lots of courage. You're Captain Hook. When you want something, she's fangirling right now. When you want something, you fight for it.
That's right.
Don't let anyone or anything stand in your way.
That's right.
Thanks to a strong support system, loyal friends, and that confident, power-hungry attitude, you usually find that you're successful in whatever you pursue. Sure, all that ambition sometimes means you have to be a little selfish, but you're determined to make your dreams come true.
Yes.
And to be a bisexual king.
And to have a fabulous wig one day.
Dude, I told you.
That's so cute.
Gemini.
Answer.
Geminis. So cute. Honestly, I agree with both of ours. We're bad bitches.
This is Pop Sugar. You nailed it.
Dude, hell yeah. Good job. Yeah, you guys, go on Pop Sugar, take that quiz. Because I told a couple people in our DMs that I'll start telling them where to take the quiz.
Oh, okay. We've gotten requests, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So
Yeah.
I'll probably post it on our story when we post it. But yeah, anyways, well, thank you guys so much for listening to the first episode.
This is a long one.
How long are we?
An hour and 22 minutes.
God damn. Well, hey, look, this is Robin Madness, so we get a little kooky around here.
You know, we got too excited.
Yeah, I had so many more notes. I skipped over so
50 Shades of Grey for 10 minutes. You know how it goes.
You know how it is. But yeah, we love you guys so much. As always, we thank you so much for being a part of yet another Madness Month. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of your week, my darlings.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Thank you to our amazing editor Anthony, Grady for our amazing theme song, and Whitney for our beautiful cover art.
If you have questions for us or would like to advertise with us, please email us at blockbusterwives@gmail.com.
And as always, please rate, subscribe, and tell all your friends about us. We love you.
Finally, I'm going to kill Peter Pan, that cocky boy who cut off my hand and fed it to the crocodile. And who killed that cunning crocodile? Who stuffed him? Who made him into a quiet clock? Who went into the other world and stole Pan's children? And who didn't believe I could do it? Who doubted me? Who amongst us does not belong? Someone here does not belong. Stranger amongst the loyal, I will weed you out. You! Where's the carpets, me? Oh, sorry. You! That's right, you! No, not you. Not you. You bet against me bringing Pan back here, didn't you? No. Tell your captain the truth. Oh, say it. Say it.
I did.
Yes, you made a boo-boo.
I did. I did.
The boo box.
No,
The boo box. Yeah.